everyone. My name is Dr. Gokilavani from Department of Professional Accounting and Finance, Kristu Jayanti, Dean to be University. Today we are going to learn about environmental accounting, which is a very important approaches in cost management. I would like to start this topic with a one example, textile manufacturing company. So when a company producing garments and if they are discharging wastewater containing chemicals in an environmental place, what does the company do to protect the environmental? So when they are discharging wastewaters, instead of doing that, they can protect the environmental by using certain steps. By installing treatment plants, they can install a efficient treatment plants to minimize their wastewater. They can dispose the waste by paying some charges, or else they can use the recycling water or recycling system to reduce their usage. So when they do all this kind of activities, there will be some expenditures incurred in the transaction. So when an organization decided to protect the environment by paying some kind of expenditures need to be treated in an accounting basis. So I have referred all other different categories of industries like thermal power plant. In hotel industries also they can adopt the environmental accounting, and automobile manufacturing industries. Paper manufacturing industries also plays a vital role when they prepare the environmental account, and chemical manufacturing industries. So all these are the examples. The companies are started to imply environmental accounting to reduce their waste. Here we have four important components of environmental cost which is incurred in an organization. First one, when an organization spending any prevention cost, like example, cleaning technologies, or if they have any eco-friendly materials. So they are preventing to affect the environment and they want to maintain a sustainability in a organization. So when they spend something towards prevention of environment, it will come under the category of 1. Second one is a deduction cost. So they will be having an environmental audits, and also the organization used to have pollution testing methods. So when they spend something towards the deduction cost towards the environment, that will come under the second category. The third one will be internal failure cost. So within an industry, if they do any expenses related to waste treatment or recycling or rework methods, that expenditures will come under the category of internal failure cost. The last category will be external failure cost. So when they are polluting the environment, if the government charges with penalties or fines, or if they are affecting the environment, they have done an environmental damage, in that situation they will be paying some amount towards the authorities. That expenses will be comes under the category of 4, external failure cost. So the companies need to do a total environmental cost comes with the category of prevention, deduction, internal failure and external failure cost. Now, we have how we can able to determine the environmental costing. The example is given for an industry. If they have spent amount of rupees 1,50,000 towards waste treatment cost, then 1 lakh rupees towards the pollution control equipment depreciation, 50,000 rupees for the auditing fees, and finally they paid 25,000 as a government pollution fine. So total environmental cost will be around 3,25,000 which they have spent to protect the environment. Now the companies need to determine when they manufacture a product and when they sell it in a market, total environmental cost spent in the particular year is 3,25,000 and they produced 10,000 units. So now they can able to determine how much will be the environmental cost per unit value. So that will be around rupees 32.5 per unit. So in such way, all the organizations need to determine the environmental costing when they sell the products in a market. Now we have a meaning. So environmental accounting is otherwise known as green accounting. What are the processes involved to determine the environmental costing, like identifying the transactions, measuring the transactions, how much they have spent, and they will end up with the environmental cost. It will help the organizations to decide how much they can have a profit maximization and how they can incorporate the both economic and environmental informations. So finally, even the organizations will understand one thing: they need to maintain a sustainability in the industry world and make sure that their activities are not impacting more towards the environment. So this is a meaning of environmental accounting. In a short, you can remember one thing: identify the transaction, measure the transactions, and try to control the environmental cost, because it will sustain a growth in the world. I have given a importance of environmental accounting. Awareness is growing among the people. Even the businesses are paying closer attention towards the environmental cost. And another reason is the governments are very tightened with the environmental regulations, so making it a vital for businesses to monitor their environmental footprint. I have listed out 5 importance why environmental accounting is very important for the industries to maintain the sustainability. The first one is reducing environmental cost. Nowadays, we started to follow certain regulations to become as a more eco-friendly products. So whenever they manufacture or whenever they produce a particular product, they will try to reduce their transactions which never affect the environment. Second one is meeting environmental regulations. As I have mentioned earlier, governments are very tightened with the government regulations. So because of the stricter regulations, if anyone are not following the regulations, they will be charged with the fines and penalties towards the economy. Third one, enhancing corporate reputation. So when an organization is maintaining environmental protections like eco-friendly products, or they are not affecting the environment, so in this situation they maintain a sustainability. Because of this, the customers will started to believe the company's reputation and they will have a loyalty customers towards their business. Fourth one, assessing environmental risk. Here, it makes the organizations to identify and mitigate environmental risk, because it safeguards the environment and also they can able to identify and assess their financial risk, which they can be very safe when they start with their organization process. The fifth point will be improving resource efficiency. By doing an environmental impact analysis, the companies can able to improve their resource effectively and they can enhance their business transactions. The last important point will be encouraging innovations. Because of environmental accounting initiatives, all the organizations have come up with new innovative ideas how we can minimize the environmental cost and how we can come up with the new things towards the greener future. So with this, we are done with the environmental accounting meaning, examples and importance of environmental accounting. Thank you.